sake. The letter T keeps falling out on my MacBook. I'm just trying to look at my notes. I didn't even make any notes for this intro. This is a Q&A. What am I talking about? Well, no, as always, you're getting a monthly vlog. But what I decided to do this month was just spice things up a little bit, because this is kind of like a romantic relationship. We're hitting the 1.5 year mark now with this series, so you know I have to keep you on your toes, keep things interesting. And yeah, let me know if you like the format. And rather than going a big spiel here, I just have 2 bits. That's 4. 2 bits of housekeeping. Really exciting housekeeping. If you follow me on social media, you've already seen this, but my debut fiction novel, If Only, has a beautiful cover. I started these monthly vlogs at the start of 2018, and that's when I got the ball rolling on writing this. That's when the story came about. That's when, you know, I was talking to the publishers, and I have taken you guys on this entire journey from concept to signing it to writing it to editing it, and this, it's just unreal to have so much support on a passion of mine. And I can share with you the writing from the back cover if you'd like. Here's the gist. I feel very vulnerable. Sharing creativity is scary. Erin is about to turn 30, and her life is definitely not where she thought it would be. She hates her job, she's jealous of her perfect flatmate, and she's just called off her wedding. She's trying, sort of, to make a fresh start and get things on track, finally, but where to begin? A trip home to Ireland to visit her beloved grandmother is a welcome distraction, but what she's not prepared for is the birthday gift she receives, a secret family heirloom that will change everything. There are so many questions that have been keeping Erin from moving forward. Should she have married Dan? Would she be happier if she lost weight? Was turning down her dream job the giant mistake she's always feared it was? And now she might have a way to find the answers and a clear path to the life she's always dreamed of. But as Erin gets caught up in one if only after another, is she missing out on everything her real present day life is offering her? Oh, I'm so excited, and I'm making a little book teaser video involving one of you guys, a viewer, which is really exciting. I put out an ad on Instagram stories looking for a 30-year-old with natural red hair and freckles who is preferably plus size and Irish, and that is a very small pool, especially when only looking at my following. However, I got so many emails, and the trouble was I found some girls who fit the bill perfectly, but they were way too young. The girl I chose, I based it very much on her facial expressions, and she just had the right kind of vibe. But thank you so much for everyone who entered that, and thank you so much for all of the pre-orders as well. I do believe I'll be doing a massive book signing again for this book in Dublin, in Easons on O'Connell Street, but obviously places will be limited for that, so obviously pre-orders will just really help to get my book into more shops. Anyway, I have another very exciting announcement, and this is just a preview because the launch of these is next week. But here I have Me Time journal refills, and these are more affordable than the original, which is a hardback, and it includes chapters, it includes lots of quotes, and it has a challenge at the back. These ones come in Hogwarts house inspired colours, and they're just as thick, but they are full of just the journal pages. So this is the part that you use every day, basically. I know I'm not a Hufflepuff, but yellow is definitely my favourite of the new collection, and you definitely don't have to have the first one to buy one of these ones. If you wanted to skip out on all of the extra inspirational bits in the original Me Time journal, you can definitely just go for one of these ones, and it includes a goal setting section at the beginning of this and a calendar, but they're very practical and easy to bring on the go with you during the day. You know, they roll up and stuff like that, and I just think the fact that they're cheaper means that more people can continue on with them, because I know a lot of you have used up your entire journal. In case any of you's missed any of my journal posts, they're essentially journals that enable you to track your self-care habits, your me time every day. The pages aren't dated, so you don't have to do it every day. You can just kind of pick it up here and there to kind of track your progress and see patterns. I use mine about 3 days a week. It helps me to keep on top of things, like to make sure I'm eating enough, I'm eating a variety of food, that I'm exercising, that I'm practicing active gratitude, taking my supplements. It lets me track my digestion and my mood and all that kind of good stuff, and I'm really excited about the launch of these, and I'm so happy the line has been so successful so far. So just again, thank you all so much, and I'm gonna stop blabbering now. I just feel like these updates fit really well in monthly vlogs instead of making entire videos about them, because yeah, these videos are just about my life, and these are big parts of my life, you know. Right, sure, go on and watch the bloody video now. Thomas just informed me he was looking up how to do a head massage because I love my head massages. Yeah. We just got back from seeing Pet Sematary, and it was shocking bad. I'm sorry if you liked it, but I'm just such a fan of the old film, the original, and the book. Yeah. And
there was a lot of changes just for the sake of obviously shocking us hardcore fans. Because of the amount of changes they threw in, it's not really Pet Cemetery, it's more like Animal Graveyard.
Dad called it Shit Cemetery. One of the questions he's asked was, what are some films and shows that I've been loving lately? And to be honest, we have been watching old shows.
Sex and the City.
We finished it last night and I cried. It was my 7th time watching the whole show through, and it was my first time watching it with Thomas. I needed to like indoctrinate him. It's special to me because I watched it at a really difficult point in my life. It got me through some tough times when I was depressed when I was younger, and I love it, and I'm really happy you watched it with me.
It was fun.
It's not aged very well though. I feel like it's quite problematic is the word people would probably call it now in a lot of episodes. Yeah, for the time it was yeah, it's funny.
It is fun. It's a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, very funny.
You loved Samantha, didn't you?
Samantha's my favourite.
She's my favourite too.
Samantha and Charlotte. They're my 2 favourites.
He wants the Samantha and Charlotte show to be a thing.
Yeah, that'd be way better.
Yeah, Carrie's a bitch. I love a lot of TV shows. Most of my favourites are HBO, so Game of Thrones, obviously. Oh! 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 God! Sopranos is another favourite show of mine. We watched You on Netflix. That was quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the serial killer one. I have seen 2 movies in the cinema lately that this guy has not gotten to see because he's been doing lots of training. Us. I went to Us with his sister and my dad, and that was brilliant. I thought it was fantastic. And I finally got around to watching The Favourite, but I didn't get to finish it because I watched it on a flight. My dad's in there talking to the cat. Did I talk about Captain Marvel yet? Yeah, Captain Marvel. Brilliant. I'm a big Marvel fan. The cat and Samuel L. Jackson really made that movie for me. Oh my god, it was so brilliant.
Okay, I watched this really cool presentation the other day on like engine.
Thomas just drew my attention to some of our movies on our shelf. But yeah, Inkheart. We're both a big fan of this from back in the day. No one really ever talks about that.
I only ever saw it once, and I just remember thinking like it was so good.
Yeah,
and I'm so surprised that it's not more
popular.
Famous.
Yeah.
Because it's, what's his name in it?
The guy from The Mummy. Our shelves are very strange. We've Galaxy Quest, Stargate. Some of my all-time favourites up here.
2001: A Space
Odyssey. Oh, my little brother's face, by the way.
That's not a movie.
Just letting you know that we have a chest full of Oscar-winning movies, and this is our choice. I don't think Tom's is very happy. Yeah! You're excited for Brendan Fraser, aren't you? Do I sing? I sing badly. In the shower. But every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. It is a pissy, miserable day out today, so I probably should be eating something warm. But this is just what I'm really liking right now. And one of the questions was my favourite easy meal. Here I have organic Greek yogurt and raspberries, a whole bunch of them, and some almond butter, and then a drizzle of honey. If I had some dark chocolate, I would probably put that in there as well. It takes 2 seconds to make this, and I really appreciate that in a breakfast. Molly is doing her chattering thing. I need to show you. I'm not naked, I have a towel on, and I was just sitting down to do my skincare out of the shower. About to use this very special cult Icelandic skincare, which I have been using ever since I got back from my trip to Iceland, and I thought this was a great segue into answering this question about my dream travel destination. I had Iceland at the top of my travel bucket list for probably about 2 years now, and as if I manifested the bloody trip, I was invited to Iceland for a job, and I got to experience the country in such an amazing way. So I'm going to tell you about that now, but I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm actually filming this clip at the end of the month, but it'll probably be earlier on in the vlog. All the questions are like out of order. That's why I've used so much of this already, and I really wanted to give this a bash and to film this part After trying it all month, I'm really upset for my bank account because this is a product I will be repurchasing probably for the rest of my life. It's nice. It's the Hands Dottir Mineral Mist. It has a cooling effect on your face and a light peppermint scent and some lovely ingredients, but I have so many other face mists that do the same kind of job, but this is very unique. So while my face is still wet, I have to use some of this. This is the Hands Dottir Elixir of Minerals, and you basically spray your face with the mist, or any kind of face mist, then you kind of smooth that on super fast, and it's got the strangest, most interesting texture. It's like a liquid or a water, and this is the moisturizer in the line, and I can't get over how beautiful my skin looks, especially when I put this on at night time and then I wake up the next morning. So my Iceland trip came about because this brand, which is Hands Dottir, and it's a family run business, it has a lot of very, very loyal customers. I believe it's based out of LA, but they use Icelandic ingredients, really natural ingredients, really high quality ingredients. This elixir, for example, is said to restore, hydrate, firm, heal and protect, and it's one of the most magical things I've ever put on my face, and I've noticed a very significant difference in my skin, in how hydrated it looks all month. But yeah, they're very pricey. And anyway, so Hands Dottir collaborated with Icelandic Air, and Icelandic Air were the company that I was doing the job for. So they saw, you know, by my videos and my Instagram posts that I love to travel and I love to share my travel with you. I really do. It's like a way of giving back, because most of the amazing places I find out about in this world, I find out about through the internet. And being very transparent, it was an Instagram job for me to let people know about a new service that the airline offers on their flights. The airline was so amazing. My sister Jessie B came along for the trip as well, so it was the two of us, and you all know how Venice went last month. They were offering this entire tour group for us to travel around Iceland with. We had this amazing bus driver called The Rock. He was so cool and lovely, and we had this whole group of people, so I felt very safe on the trip. I was allowed to say anything that I wanted about Iceland, obviously, but I didn't have a single negative experience in the place. I am dying to go back there. So many things have made me want to go to Iceland over the past few years. So Northern Lights, I didn't get to see the Northern Lights because it wasn't the best time of year for it, but that's just right one thing. The geothermal pools. Oh, Jessie and I got off our plane, hopped in a taxi, and within like half an hour we were at the Blue Lagoon in this incredible blue water that is as hot as a hot bath, outdoors, you know, in this cold country with ice-capped mountains, and we were submerged in this natural hot water that's full of minerals that's incredible for your skin. So a lot of people go there for, you know, if they've got psoriasis and stuff, eczema, all those kind of skin conditions. If I could marry any part of nature, it would be this. We'd be in for a long, satisfying life together. Like literally nobody here cares about what anyone else looks like. You can just get your kit off and dive in and just relax and enjoy it. It's so good. It's like taking this magical bath in a big pile of minerals, and it's so relaxing. It was easily one of the best experiences of my life, and I am so grateful for my job. People can snub their noses at the influencer industry all they like, but this was a dream come true for me, and I got paid to share that with thousands of people who also, you know, enjoy seeing the world and trying new things and stuff to do with like skincare and all that. Like these products contain some of the things that are in the geothermal waters. It wasn't just the Blue Lagoon. We went to another spa called Chroma. Again, incredible experience. You're looking at snow while you're in the water, and we drove all over Iceland looking at these snowy mountains and locations where Game of Thrones was filmed. I posted a lot of pictures on Instagram if you want to follow me there, but yeah, and we saw like volcanic craters, and we stayed in a different hotel every night that we were there, so it was a very full-on trip, but it was so good. Can you feel the joy? I am completely in the middle of nowhere. Oh, this is magical, and it's made me realize how important it is for my mental state to get out into nature more. Us modern humans do not do this enough. The life expectancy in this region is 100. They think it's down to a lot of the minerals in the water, but also I'd say a huge part of it has to do with just much less stress and anxiety because they've got all this around. How is this my life, you know? I'm a big believer in visualization. Sorry if you're a cynic, but I really do believe there's something to it. My life as it is now, I feel like I've been visualizing since I was 19 years old, and obviously, you know, I don't believe like, oh, I'll just make a wish and it'll come true. I feel like when you put your focus and your energy into certain areas, just good things come back to you, and all of the things that you really want to experience come back to you. And for example, with this trip, I have been working hard on putting out good travel content for years, and then I get this amazing travel opportunity to my dream destination. Yeah, I hope that inspires some of you to visit Iceland or to stick it on your travel bucket list, and just to kind of practice visualization and, you know, really picture yourself in situations you want to find yourself in the future, because your brain will then kind of subconsciously do a lot of things to help bring those situations about. And to Hans Dottir Icelandic Skincare, even though you don't have an enormous social media following, you have a new lifetime fan in me, and I will be putting my hand in my pocket for your products. Right, it's time to dry the hair. Someone did ask about hair growth tips, but I'm going to need to do an entire separate video on that because, you know, your girl's got a lot of advice. Welcome back from the gym, and I have my Grace Fit pad for doing hip thrusts with me. My little chum and this little chum. He's a big chum.
He's a chum.
One of the questions when he's asked is, do I think it's worth it to get a personal trainer for a month when you're starting out in the gym to learn good form? And Thomas has the answer to that.
Yes.
Yes.
And I equate it to, like, if you were learning guitar, you get lessons.
Yeah.
If you were learning to drive, you get lessons.
Lessons.
So why wouldn't you go to the gym without getting lessons?
Before I tell you to do something that I didn't do though, he knew a lot of the stuff, so he kind of just showed me the form, but the guy in the gym helped me anytime I asked. So like, don't be afraid to ask, because you can really fuck yourself up if you do weight exercises wrong. The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle. When are you going to start coming to the gym with me?
Why does an ant never get sick?
What? An ant?
Why do ants never get sick?
An ant as in a bog ant?
Why do ants never get sick?
Because they're ants.
Because they're antibodies.
Just in a hallway waiting on a taxi, and I'm admiring my skin and makeup in the viewfinder. But today's question is, when do you think you and Thomas will officially announce your engagement? And I just kind of wanted to comment on this because I know not everyone is kind of up to date with, you know, my various social media platforms and things I've shared, but I think it's becoming increasingly more common nowadays that people propose when they're not exactly in a position to buy a ring. And the way Thomas went about it was extremely romantic. I wouldn't change anything about it, and I will share it in time when I feel like it. I just kind of like having certain parts of my life held back a little bit, but progression is being made, and we are in fact having a engagement ring and a custom wedding band designed, and I'm not going to share too much about that now, but I'm just sharing a teensy bit because I want to remember this watching back in the vlogs. I'm on my way right now to meet up with Grania Shoga, who is very well known in Ireland, but she has a jewellery company, designs custom pieces and, you know, diamonds and gemstones and all the rest, and I'm just meeting up with her to give her my mum's engagement ring. Ma'am, I don't know why I said mum there. I never say mum. I think it's because I've been editing my book. I just finished up the final edits, and some of the characters say mum instead of ma'am. You know, some of the characters are English in it, but yeah, my mam's engagement ring. So her and my dad split up when I was a kid. However, that ring, you know, it holds a lot of the love my dad had when he bought it, and my mum wore it for years, and I wouldn't exist without the two of them. And I feel like incorporating little parts, some of the diamonds, into my ring would be just a really special way to kind of include them. I think that was Thomas's suggestion. We've both made our own suggestions for the ring, and I'm so excited about it. But yeah, we're also using my mum's ring to make a matching pendant to cover the something old, something new of the something bird and something blue little rhyme for the wedding. And yeah, again, I don't want to go all bride on yous right now. There's plenty of time for that. I'm only 29 and we're coming up on our 2-year kiss anniversary, and yeah, I just want to share a little bit of that, and seeing as some of you have been asking quite a lot about it, I thought I'd get that out of the way. I'm out shopping today with Nicola, Thomas's little sister, and look at this place. This is amazing. It's called Diva in Dublin, but the cutest changing room ever. And all these things are about to get tried on. I can only afford about one of them, but trying them on is fun. Just closing over my little curtain, okay? Day. Nicola's never been to Dublin before, so very excited. One of the questions that you guys asked me is about fake tan. You were asking if I feel pressure to wear it or anything like that. And I think about fake tan kind of like the way I think about clothes or dyeing my hair or wearing my makeup a bit differently. I never feel like I need it. I am very comfortable in my natural skin tone, as you probably know. I appreciate being a paley, but I have been known to wear fake tan from time to time. Especially in the summertime, I feel like it gives me a bit more of a healthy look. And also it depends on the colour of clothes that I'm wearing. So see the way some of these would be a lighter colour. Sometimes darker skin complements a lighter outfit a bit better. I say if you're in the mood to wear some fake tan, just wear some fake tan. But like with any skin colour, I feel like you should never really be ashamed of it, because oftentimes we always want what we don't have. Sometimes more tan people will be looking at my skin going, oh my god, it's so nice, you look like a milk bottle. Does that answer your question? Hope so. We're having a little bit of a dilemma, a whiskey related dilemma. One of the questions was related to whiskey and what is my favourite whiskey, because I think I've mentioned it a lot over the years.
I'm only out of the shower.
Oh, is your hair not perf, is it not?
No, I don't have my signature quit.
I picked up a very special bottle of whiskey in the airport on the way back from Iceland from my favourite brand of whiskey, which is Johnny Walker. My favourite whiskey is Johnny Walker Black Label, which I started drinking when I was 21 on my 21st birthday. And this, look at this shit. So Thomas doesn't think I should open it because he thinks it'll be like a collector's item and I'll get a lot of money for it. Yeah. So he's looking up how much of them they made.
Yeah.
It's called White Walker by Johnny Walker, and then oh, look at the bottle. It has a little paragraph about the White Walkers, and then it says freeze for an icy reveal. We've not frozen it. See, this is important because I kept this to rewatch Game of Thrones' new episode for the 3rd time with this bitch.
It doesn't say on the official website. All it says is available in select global markets in stores and airports from October 2018. So they've been selling them for a while. So maybe the edition is not so limited after all, Mr. Walker, sir.
Screw you, man.
I'm gonna drink it.
I'm gonna drink it all. I've got Coca-Cola.
I thought we were gonna be rich. I thought we were gonna
I wanted to buy a house off my whiskey.
We're gonna make $1 million.
$1 million.
All our money gone. You broke the seal.
Excited for Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Comment below if you watch it. I don't think I put in enough whiskey. Give me more. Tronesies, 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 Tronesies. So the answer to this question is absolutely going out for a walk. I'm up in Ardgillan Park right now, which is kind of near my house, and all the flowers haven't filled in quite yet. Like, look, they're starting to pop up, and in here they have like rose gardens and everything like that. But yeah, just get out, soak up the sun, bit of fresh air, and have some companions. I have my dad and my brother's girlfriend with me today. Walking is so important for my mental health. Like, even when I'm in a phase of going to the gym quite a lot, I need to also go for walks, and I feel like sometimes that puts me off going to the gym because I'm like, oh, I had a nice long walk today, I don't really need to go and lift weights. But it's just really nice to clear your head and kind of get the screen time down. Any of you get the screen time thing on your phones now? Like, what is your average screen time per day? Guys, what's your average screen time per day?
According to my Instagram, about 3 hours.
Yeah, mine is about 4 hours. Dad, did you check your screen time yet?
What are you even talking about?
You know the way the phones now tell you your average screen time?
Well, where do you even see that?
It pops up.
Probably about 10 hours on Twitter.
10 hours on Twitter. Yeah.
I really want to do a video with my dad talking about his trolling habits on Twitter. It's shocking. He loves bashing American politicians and I'm like, Dad, no.
Just in a little herb garden, and when we were kids we'd always come in here, like they have lavender and all that and like lemon balm, but if you rub these between your fingers and then smell it, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's lovely. This literally smells like extra chewing gum. Smell.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, yeah.
Get a bit, and they're all different species of lavender.
This is the place that has all these fairy doors, see? For bringing kids and stuff, and like they think that this is a place where lots of fairies live. It's adorable. Let it be known that we went through great lengths to get the book cover reveal picture. I have
I'm soaking.
a special pendant here that I ordered that you'll see soon in the book teaser trailer video that I'm making. But we went picking cherry blossoms and Thomas was hovering over a pond with his phone. Thank you, you're so supportive. Ah, now I'm a drowned rat. Back to the Q&A.
Q&A.
So someone asked, how's your new job going? How are you finding it?
Very, very hard. Well, what are you doing?
You've a bit.
A piece.
A piece.
Brilliant. It's really hard, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the first like 6 months, well, the first few weeks, are really, really, really intense. Like
Yeah.
they make you earn the job.
Yeah. They test your inner strength.
Yeah. So yeah, just a lot of studying, a lot of simulators, and not much else. But nearly there. Another few weeks, and I'll be flying.
Flying real airplanes. Every time he sits in the jump seat behind the captain and the first officer, you do be so happy. Like you come home and his face, he's like. And then when you're doing the simulators, they're making him, you know, it's like, this engine is failing, what are you going to do now? And it's all intense. So
Yeah.
but you have to just remember, like, the real job is going to be what you experience when you're, you know, actually
Doing the back seats and
those
stuff,
experiences. Yeah. I think it's going to be deadly. He's going to have like 3 days off a week, which is very, very nice. A lot of people have been asking as well, how often is he away and stuff like that, but there's only the Dublin base, so you're going to be at home like.
Yeah, I'm going to be on short haul, and I don't really plan on going to long haul either. But yeah, the way it works is the odd time they'll send you to Cork or London to do the early flight out, but you can just swap off that if you don't want to do it. Or
you can bring me.
Or you can bring
And let me sit in the jump seat. Me. And someone else asked, why did you want to become a pilot?
Really, really young, I was brought up to when you were able to do that, like years ago before 9/11, you were able to be brought up to the cockpit and see everything. And I remember, I think I was about 5 when that happened.
Aww.
But it kind of stuck with me. And then when I left school, I wanted to be a pilot, but I didn't think I'd ever get the money together. So then I spent a few years working and pricking around, and then when I was about 24, I said I still wanted to do it, so I decided to start working
Toward it.
and here I am, nearly 28, and it's finally happening.
It's never too late.
I'm covering up all of the lines on my head because I have hat head, because I had a hat on and there's a lot of lines there. Let's just pretend they're not there. Those are some deep, sexy end of day ridges. Anyway, ignoring the fact that I look like I've been stamped in the face, I have been asked who my current favourite YouTuber is. That would be Lena Norms, and I want all of you to go and subscribe to her right now, because she's just so smart and articulate, and she has such a lovely voice, and she's beautiful, and she's funny, very, very funny.
Found a contraception that doesn't send me mad, which makes a lot of sense now that I know for every one study and investment that has been done into female contraception, there has been 10 done into male Viagra.
So this one was definitely a very random question, but I'm preparing my lunch, so I might as well answer it. One of you asked me what is my favourite bread. When it comes to bread, this is pretty much all I eat. I eat sourdough, and this is so well suited to people with IBS problems. I know it contains gluten, however it reacts very differently in your body compared to a lot of bread. Way less ingredients than most gluten-free bread, and yeah, there's like fermentation involved. I started eating this because a lot of health experts were going on about it. This is just some Irish butter, and oh my god, with tomato soup and just with anything, any toppings, it's so good, like eggs, the works. So my internet family, it has come to the end of yet another monthly vlog. I have done these for almost a year and a half now, which blows my mind. I'll take these off because that's not going to work out with the light. The sun is setting. I thought I'd catch this gorgeous pinky orange light for a little wrap up. So I didn't get to answer so many of the questions you sent. There were hundreds, but I want to do a little kind of quick fire round of some questions that I think I can answer relatively quickly. How often do people recognize you? Do you like it when they come up and chat? Pretty often, but it's not like hordes of people. It'll be like a random person at a time, and then sometimes when I'm in Dublin City I'll get like little groups of younger girls kind of coming up to me, and it depends on the day. Like if I'm on the phone or I'm shopping or something like that, or if I'm with someone like having a kind of intense conversation, I do feel a little bit uncomfortable when someone kind of comes up to me because I'm not in that kind of mode, or I'm not prepared almost to kind of like meet and talk with strangers, because you know the way you go into a different mode talking to people that you don't know, it's much more performative and you're less relaxed and that kind of thing. And I feel like that comes across, but at the same time I'm always so glad people do come up to me, because at least it means I'm approachable and I don't have resting bitch face, and I know what it's like to run into someone that you follow. It's so cool to just have a human experience with someone, and I always try and make sure that the person saying hello is having the best experience that they can meeting me. I try and be in good form. I've only had one terrible experience ever, and it was a bunch of girls following me around my village, and I was crying, so I was having a pretty bad day, and they came up and just asked for a photo. They didn't even want to talk to me. They were just like, "Hi Melanie, can we have a photo?" And I was like, can you see these tears? That was pretty bad. But you know, meet and greets and all that, I really enjoy meeting everyone, but at the same time I'm kind of like, this is not worth you queuing up and spending your time standing in a line to meet me. In my head anyway, like there are people I would stand in a line for, so you know, I'm not gonna judge. Obviously I just think because it's me, I'm just kind of like, well, it's me, do you want a hug? I love the fact that millions and millions of people have seen my videos on my channel. However, I can still go to the shops in pyjamas if I want to, and no one gives a shit, because I'm not like proper famous. I'm like niche internet famous. It's so strange. I was asked who's my favourite Disney character, and I have two. So one would be Belle from Beauty and the Beast. She is kind and gentle, but she also knows how to stand up for herself. Little shout out to my merch store linked down below. And then my ultimate fave is Woody from the Toy Story movies, because he is loyal and human and emotional, and the look on his face when he tries to choose between going to college with Andy and abandoning his friends forever. Glorious. The Toy Story movies are glorious. What else do we have here? What are some difficulties of being a YouTuber? I know this might sound weird, but I don't really consider myself a YouTuber, even though being a YouTuber is one of the things that I do. But every single day my mind is being pulled between coming up with video ideas, filming videos, editing videos, writing brand deal stuff and marketing, and running all my social medias, and being on top of my other businesses like my journal company, and travel that's related to work, and going to meetings and doing talks and preparing for those. And there's a lot of admin and time management involved, and you have to be very self-motivated because you don't really have a boss. You are kind of in charge of everything yourself. I know I have a manager, but the manager works for me. I don't work for him, if that makes sense. I consider myself a creator, but my job is company director, so it's very businessy, and you don't really have a set schedule. You can probably give yourself one, but I just don't know how that would work. In 6 years doing this, I've not been able to just stick to like working 9 to 5 and then clocking off for the evening. The biggest difficulty is the overlap with your real life. A huge chunk of what I do rides on the fact that I share a lot of my life, my opinions, my views, my creativity,
So it's knowing where to draw the line, because obviously even these monthly vlogs, they're quite personal and I share a lot in them, but there's so much in my life I don't share, like that I just could not share because it involves other people. And that's one thing. I always worry that I look like a big loner in a lot of these vlogs. I know I have clips sometimes with like at parties with friends and stuff, but a lot of that kind of thing, you know, family stuff, friend stuff, I don't film it because real life is more important than internet life. Internet life can enhance our real lives, which is why I love it, but it should never completely overshadow real life. And yeah, it's just finding the line between work and passions, and then also being able to justify like spending a lot of time on something that's not going to make me money but that I love, or putting a lot of my own money and time into something that I'm not going to get anything back for. I'm entering something into Buffer Festival again this year, and I don't know yet if it's going to be a short film, but it is going to be quite the challenge. Do you see yourself in the protagonist of your first novel? Yes and no. So some experiences that I've had come through in her, but for example, she's very prudish. I'm not. She doesn't know what she wants and she's very insecure. I'm not like that. I've based her mostly on people that I know and characters that I love, but my personality traits kind of comes through in all of the characters, like various thoughts and beliefs I've had, and even negative things about myself comes through in all of them, and that's just how writing is. And I won't be dealing with comments that draw comparisons between my life and characters in my book and people saying, oh, she just based it on her. That's what all authors do. Obviously fiction novels are fiction, but all those ideas come from somewhere. They come from yourself, your interactions, and the thing is, most authors don't have lots of videos about their life on the internet, so people won't draw those comparisons with traditional authors. Most of the authors that I enjoy, I don't even know what they look like. You know what I mean? How did I come up with the idea for If Only? I was looking out an airplane window at a bunch of clouds, and the idea kind of popped into my head of a family heirloom being passed down and the magic that the heirloom possesses, and then I started filling in all of the rest on the flight, and it was so exciting. How to stop thinking about an ex. Block the fucker.